Hey guys, just got back from the Home Depots. Bought this DeWalt pole saw. It's the 20 volt model, 8-inch. Reaches up to about 15 feet. This one does not come with a battery or charger, so I've got a 5 amp hour battery here we're going to put in it to try. One of the main reasons why I bought it is because this mountain ash tree has just exploded and it's starting to cover the deck. It's actually swallowing up my clothesline here, as you can see. And there's a lot of other trees around the yard that need trimming too, like these walnut trees back here. When I cut the grass, they interfere with me. So we're gonna go ahead and try this thing out today and see how it works. I'll let you guys know what I think of it. We'll get it out of the box. Here's our parts out of the box. So something to keep in mind, when it says 15-foot max reach, that means that includes you holding it. Each one of these pieces here looks like to be about 3 feet long, so you got about 9 foot of tool, and then however high you are or you can reach, which is probably around the 6 foot mark. So first off, it looks like you can just use the handle piece and put it into here and just make it like a 6 foot long. There is no shorter way to do it. It's either 6 feet or 9 feet. There's an extension for the middle. I'll move to the head. Something to keep in mind when you buy this saw is you'll need chainsaw bar oil, like any chainsaw needs, and it will go right in the top here. It does come with a scabbard, as it should, to cover the saw blade. There is a small Allen key right here, and you would use that in these two Allen key bolts. And this is if your chain ever becomes slack or you need to take it off to sharpen it. You just loosen off those two bolts right there. And on the inside of the blade is a slot where that will either loosen or tighten the tension on this chain. So let's fill this up with some bar oil and put it together and test it out. When you're putting these two ends together, there are a pair of arrows, one right here and one right here, so you just line those up. Slide the collar over, give it a twist, and that's it for that extension piece. Now we'll connect our handle, arrow to arrow, slide our collar down, tighten that up. Now we're ready for the battery. Here's the saw put together. I wanted to try it out for a second, and then before I knew it, I was cutting down all these branches here, and I've got my clothesline back finally. Now I just got to clear up some branches over the deck, so I'll let you watch that. But it's so fast. It is long, it's heavy, it's a little wobbly when you got it up there, but the weight of it actually helps you cut the branches. So let's go ahead and chop a few of these off right here and get this deck space opened up. That didn't take long, and it opened up some, so we'll keep going. I'm not sure I can reach up that high to get the rest. Well, for the rest of them, I'm actually gonna have to stand on a small step ladder, which kind of stinks, but you gotta do what you gotta do. It's just a little bit higher. Maybe I can go onto the deck. But anyway, you get to see it in action a little bit. It works really good. The chain is really sharp, which you'd expect, but it does bite into the wood good. And like I said, the weight of it actually helps cut through the wood as well. As long as before you pull the trigger, you get your tree up against this bar right here, and then that'll just help it from kicking. And then start your chain before it's resting on the wood. Put it down and away you go. I think you'll really like it. I do. Like I said, this took me no time at all. I mean, I guess that was the easy part, cutting these down. Now I got to trim them up and burn them or scrap them. But yeah, we'll keep going. It's really opened this tree up, which is fantastic. It'll let more light in our windows and onto the deck. Well, I've been at this now for about 20 minutes and I have got a mess. Like I said, I didn't realize this was going to be the easy part. Cleaning this up is going to be, well, it's going to take a lot longer. I'm going to use my little DeWalt chainsaw here. It works really good for this instead of bringing out my big one and making a lot of noise. This little saw cut off some pretty big pieces. I walk over here. I mean, it's cutting 3-4 inch pieces, no problem. But it just gets heavy when you're holding the very end of it. It would almost be nice if it had a little handle, maybe up here somewhere, but basically you hold this and you can squeeze the trigger. But it does get really heavy when you're leaning out over this length, because like I said, this head's got some pretty decent weight to it. So there it is. Once again, I'm pretty pleased with it. It was so fast. I've really cleaned up this tree a lot. Happy with the results. Now I'm going to move on to my walnut trees. So I'll keep doing what I'm doing, which should be a few more hours. But if you're thinking about buying one of these, I would recommend it. So far so good for the short test that I've used it. I like it. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.